Unless we take care of these infestations, we could end up under siege.
You hear that from Yavira? Welcome back, by the way. This is the Salt of the Earth. We're in Trumbull Valley. And Yavira just reminded me that there's a bunch of infestations out here. But I've been... Usually I'm actually kind of Johnny on the spot at eliminating infestations as they come out. But I've actually been wanting to look at the experience of having infestations take over your map. So I'm actually kind of inclined to leave them where they are. Because, you know, there's a lot of stuff that actually we don't make obvious about the way that infestations work. For instance, did you know that infestations spread via hordes? It's true. So this is actually the first infestation that we had on this map. The rest of them sort of showed up later. This is the first one we had. And I'm betting that most of these other infestations came from this one. You'll notice that this one has got 3 screamers and 10 zombies associated with it. This one next door has got 2 screamers and 8 zombies. This was the second one that showed up. And then this one just barely showed up. It only has 1 screamer and 6 zombies. That's because infestations actually grow over time. Basically, each infestation has got sort of an invisible timer on it. It starts with just 1 screamer and a handful of zombies. And then when that timer ticks up, it will either grow or it will spawn a horde to go settle another infestation. So if you start with just 1 infestation on your map, eventually, over time, not only will that 1 infestation get worse, but it will send hordes out to infect other buildings. Now, because we only show you hordes when you actually, get close to them and scout them, you can't see this happening. You could see it in the original State of Decay. Whenever there was a horde on the map, that horde would show up on the map. Okay, Meredith, what? What? Oh, that's really useful.
Again. Later, everybody.
That's it? That's it, Meredith? That's all you're telling me? Wow, that was so worth interrupting my conversation, Meredith. Anyway, sorry. I'm getting bitter towards the radio characters now. So in the original State of Decay, anytime there was a horde on the map, we would show it, and there would be a cone of vision in front of it, and if you highlighted it, not everyone could tell that, realize this, if you highlighted the horde, you would actually see its destination, where it was headed. And when it got there, it would plant an infestation. And so we replicated that functionality in State of Decay 2, and actually, I think, improved on it a little bit, made, infestations of varying sizes and had them grow over time, and it was all very organic and simulated, except we never told you that was happening. And so it actually feels like we have a more boring infestation system and a more boring horde system in our game, because even though it's actually doing all the interesting stuff that it used to do, we don't tell you about it when it's happening. You can't tell. And so it might as well have just be, they might as well just be spawning randomly. Now, when you have no infestations on the map, new infestations will just spawn randomly. That is the thing we do to make sure that you can't just kill all the infestations and then they're just gone forever. And also, I believe that there's different rules for infestations that are close to your base versus ones that are far away, or maybe infestations in places that you're spending a lot of time. There's something to keep you from just having every corner of the map that you don't visit just getting completely overrun. I forgot exactly how that system works, but there's complicated stuff going on that you just never see. So, let's see here. So, No One My says, I thought you'd finished streaming. Well, who needs sleep? It's Friday tomorrow anyway. Yeah, sorry, No One My. I finished the last episode, but as you know, I tend to... Oh, actually, what do I want to do? It just occurred to me. I've got no idea what my plan is right now. Oh, you know what I want to do? I don't want to go out.
Carve out some time for my little side project.
Where is... Okay, is every zombie attacking me right now? Is that what's going on? I hear the music. The music means something bad's happening. Where is this feral? Is it over there? Yes. There's a zombie close to me, though, too. Anyway, anyone else want to disturb me while I'm... Oh, right, you. Oh, and this guy, too? How many of you are there? Come here. Come here. This is what you get. I'm trying to just aim at this freaking feral. There we go.
Now, are
Anyway, so Jaden will not stop bothering me about his stupid prepper ant.
Izzy again. Remember that rogue signal we were working on? Believe it or not, I've identified it as a Red Talon broadcast. Well, sort of. Anyway, I ran into a stumbling block decoding the signal. Are you available for an assist?
So what I want to do this episode is just let those infestations fester while I do unrelated things. So Jaden has been bothering me about his prepper ant, and now Isby has called me in to help with something. So I think that might actually be a good use of my time. Let's just have a look at my inventory here. So yeah, I've got a nice pistol, DMR. We're good. We're traveling light. Let's grab... Again, repairs, some gas. That's going to weigh me down, but I'm just going to stick him in the car. Let's just go out and get in some other kinds of trouble.
Man, I'm out of gas.
Yeah, so unfortunately, Jaden here has just got the worst stamina. And so he's not going to be the easiest character to play with going on these missions, but whatever. Does it need refueling yet? Not quite yet. Let's just put it in the trunk. Ooh, and it's got a repair kit in the trunk, too. Cool. So, It's Your Boy Dano says, even the devs are sick of the Prepper Ant mission. Yes, we are. Every single one of us. We're so tired of Prepper Ant. The thing with Prepper Ant is, it has very, very loose casting requirements. It doesn't really demand a specific kind of sight. It creates the car that it needs all by itself. And so it's really, really easy to find a space for it in any map at any time. And that's why it spawns way more than the other ones. The other ones have more stringent requirements, particular kinds of places you need to go, that sort of thing. His aunt's name is Puanani? Awesome. I don't know where that name is from, but that's kind of cool.
That's gotta be the place.
So Awesome Twitch Dude asks, do you have to code each mission into each map? No, not really. So there are some missions. Oh, wait a minute. Let me just get through this first, and I'll tell you about how it works. Is that it? Is that the only zombie? All right. So anyway, oh, come on, Ray.
Folks living at the church in Spencer's Mill. I wanted to ask a favor. Can you pick up? Church of the Ascension, do you read me? Over.
Oh, it's gonna be in here.
Hello? Hello? Is anyone there?
No? Oh, weird. The item I'm looking for in a mission did not show up in the tall box. That's really, really unusual. Anyway, so...
Just what I was looking for.
There it is.
Fuck yeah, found it. I found one of my aunt's prepper plans. It's in code, but if I decipher it, maybe I can find out where she went.
Now, I'm not really going to scavenge that much more. Because... Actually, let's keep those. Because Jaden sucks. And I want to keep him as light as possible. So I'm just going to drop my aunt's prepper plans and instead head towards
Hey,
Isby.
happy to help.
Nice. So I know this ex-Red Talon guy who lives over by the fairgrounds. I figured he might know how to crack the encryption on this weird signal.
Over here, right?
Okay, you want me to swing by and pick you up?
No, it's probably better if you go without me. Easier, I mean. Anyway, this is Travis. He's a decent guy, so you'll be in good hands.
Anyway. So, yeah. So, the way that our mission system works, Awesome Twitch Dude, each mission in general, like most of your common missions you run into, are designed to work in a lot of different places. We don't say which house they're in, and we don't say, you know, whether you're going to a shed or a garage or a warehouse. We don't say... We try to leave as much undefined as we can so that each time you play through a given mission, the geography of the mission is different. We want the missions to be very replayable and to feel like, you know, that just because you've seen it once, you haven't seen it all. And so most of our missions are designed not to require us to specifically script it around what's in a particular map. What we do instead is we say, okay, find a house, and then find a garage that's close to that house, and then find an enclave nearby and pick one of their characters. And we'll do something like that, and we'll just basically say, here's a bunch of things that we need for the mission, grab whatever is available, and then use it in the mission. And so that means that we don't have to actually specifically script it for each map. Instead, we just script something very general, and then the game is designed...
This should clear
Shush. And then the game is designed to just find the stuff it needs in the map.
Did you find him yet?
Easty, you know I can hear you, right?
Gotta go.
I hate to be that guy, but I gotta ask how that favor's coming along.
So I grab that sword. That makes me a little heavy. Oh, stop it. That sword is pretty cool, though, so I think I'm going to stick it in the back here. There we go, still traveling light. So there are some exceptions to that rule about missions. So the legacy missions, for instance, are placed in very specific locations.
Satellite network connection failure. Insufficient signal strength. Retrying in 30 seconds.
It's all right, Cleo. You don't have to broadcast our test results to the entire valley.
Yeah, so a lot of those, they require very specific things, like a huge building, for instance, to take place in. So those are specifically scripted. Similarly, the on-ramp at the very beginning, right after the tutorial, is very specifically scripted to take place at the Firewatch Fortress in the northeastern corner of Providence Ridge in very specific locations with specific kinds of people in specific places. And then also the Trumbull Valley missions. Those are all set up to specifically work in specific places. The missions in Heartland are set up that way. But the fun thing is, we built the system for the random missions. And so every time we try to make something very specific happen in a mission because we're telling some bespoke story, it's actually really inconvenient to it's not set up to do that. So we have to kind of bend the tool in half the wrong direction in order to get it to do the things that we want it to do. So what you're seeing with these Trumbull Valley missions is actually the result of a lot of hard and annoying work to make a tool that was designed for random missions make bespoke missions.
Any friend of his be's a friend of mine. Call me Chavez. What you need?
But I should say, awesome Twitch dude, so those particular missions, the ones that do require specific locations on the map, we do have to place all of those special objects and markup and stuff in each map to make sure that each of those missions will work in that map. So yes, when we're making those missions that have to take place in certain locations and do very specific things, we do have to do it separately for every single map. And so it helps when you've got something like Trumbull Valley or Providence Ridge where the missions that are associated with that level, with that map, are only associated with that map, so we don't have to duplicate it. But the legacy missions, we have to duplicate all of that work. And in fact, when we created Trumbull Valley, we had to take all of those legacy missions that we had made years earlier and kind of redo a lot of their infrastructure in Trumbull Valley. And that was actually one of the sources of...
We're gonna get through this.
That was one of the sources of one of our more annoying bugs. The Trader legacy actually broke in Trumbull Valley because when we set up all of its pieces, one of the pieces ended up in a place that was unworkable, and we didn't catch it until too late. Anyway.
So, here's the deal. I'm happy to help you out, but I was just a grunt. Only the officers had access to shit like decryption codes.
Are you still in touch? Can we talk to them?
Not likely. My CO died right alongside the rest of my unit. But I can take you to where she was killed. Maybe we'll find something.
So,
You sure you're okay with that?
It's a long time ago, and I'm overdue for a visit anyhow.
So
Mark the
look.
spot on your
Oh,
map.
the Coalition
You were
asks.
in Red Talon, huh? What was that like?
You know what? No. Oh, hey, I can take a survey about the game. Yeah, so the Coalition, let me answer your question quick before I just get into like tons and tons of dialogue. They want to know, is there any logical explanation for why after 2 campaigns in Trumbull, 3 actually, there's still stuff to loot? No, there's no logical explanation, and we don't try very hard. Though I would say if I needed to give you one, Trumbull Valley has been continuously inhabited by different groups of people over time. So a lot of the stuff that you're scavenging in the third campaign in Trumbull Valley, which is, the Homecoming update, a lot of the stuff you're finding might not be stuff that was left by the original inhabitants of Trumbull Valley who were just living their normal pre-apocalyptic lives here. A lot of that stuff might have been left behind by people who lived here during the Heartland era or during the State of Decay 1 era or any of the time in between those. You can see places like the Oasis, which I'm going to drive through. That place is no longer a strip mall. It's a refugee resettlement camp, and it's got refugee resettlement camp loot in it, which is a good explanation for why it's different from, and there's new stuff there that wasn't there before when you were finished scavenging that area in State of Decay 1 or in Heartland. Well, I guess in Heartland you couldn't go there, but you know what I'm talking about. So that's my explanation. Oh, shush. That's my explanation, but I don't think it needs an explanation necessarily. I think that, it's okay to take something. I mean, this is more systemic gameplay. It's less storytelling. It's probably okay if we fudge it a little bit too. Oh.
Most of the time, I agreed with them. These days, I ain't so sure. I wasn't here when it all happened. By the time I showed up, all I could do for my team was to leave the rest.
Wow. Wow.
That's what we're looking for. Before I buried my friends, I packed away all their gear in case I ever needed it. Probably looking for something like a code book. But honestly, we can take anything that looks useful. Nobody here's gonna complain.
Nice to know you got my back.
Okay, I'm the worst shot in the entire world.
Time to reload.
Okay, yeah, you can tell from the fact that he did the bandage animation, he actually took a lot of damage. I have forgotten where this item is kept, so I'm just going to search everywhere. I think it might have been up here.
Well, this just makes my goddamn day. Fucking A.
Did you find the code book? Let me check it out. Yep. This is exactly what she needs. Okay. Now, this is gonna sound mean, but it's for her own good. Trust me. Hey, Isby. You listening out there? We found the code book you need. But I'm keeping it.
Wait, what? You can't do that. I need it.
Seems like this is the only way I can get you to talk to me. You'll get what you need out of the book. But whatever's going down, I want in.
That is so not fair.
She sounds mad. You sure that was a good idea?
If it helps her to stop running away, it'll be worth it. That's what's up. Gracias. You really came through, amigo. Here's a little something as a reward. Buena suerte, amigo.
All right, so the Coalition, I don't really have the answers to like the fine details about what's going on in the map. So yeah, the Coalition has got more questions about changes to the map between earlier incarnations of it and the Homecoming update. And I like all of those decisions are usually made on the ground by artists, and so I'll be aware of some of the really important ones, but I can't possibly be aware of every single detail. So sorry I can't answer your questions, but. Yeah, stuff is asking stuff about Blaine's grocery. I really just I can't tell you. I don't know all the details. Sorry about that. There's too much going on in this game for any one person to know every single detail. I know a lot about the parts that I directly worked on, and I know a lot of the high level stuff, and I know how to get stuck in a river. but that's about it. Yeah, again, wow, all of these things are showing up with badges. That's so odd. That's really, really weird. So yeah, let me just take a note real quick that about 1:15. Yeah, 1:15. Oh. So yeah, I'm just seeing the badges on my radio menu again and again and again. That is not supposed to be how it works. Now I think I did go out to the main menu and back in the interim. So I think that's probably what causes it. I think that every time you come back into the game after going to the main menu, that's when the badges show up in the radio. So we'll have to do something about that. Okay, so I've gone on 2 missions now. How are my infestations doing? This one that used to have 2 screamers on it, I can show you this, now has 3. This one still has 1 screamer. I don't remember checking this one's out, but this one has 2 now. And this one has 2 now. So they're getting worse. I suspect that at some point soon, at least one of these is going to calve. And that's what I call it, calving. And they're going to have a little baby horde. And it's going to go infect another site. In fact, one of them might have already launched a horde. And it could be on its way to a site right now. And we just wouldn't know because we can't see it. Is there a way out of here with a car? Can I fit through that? Yeah, I cannot. I cannot fit through the gap. And now I'm smoking. Cool. Don't smoke, kids. It's bad for your car. Alright, so Jaden sucks at carrying stuff, and so does his car. So I kind of don't want to scavenge too much right now. Maybe we should just head back to base? Oh, wait. Oh, we got a Marshall story. We got a Marshall story. Let's go tell a Marshall story. This Marshall story is in Spencer's Mill, where they belong. So, the Coalition points out that if you use Scent Block on your own character, it also applies to your follower, even if you didn't apply it to them. Well, I mean, if you think about it, that makes sense. We developed Scent Block before we developed the ability for you to look into your follower's inventory and trigger consumables for them. And so, it would have been really weird if you could apply Scent Block to yourself, but then your follower would always give you away and just be a target for zombies. That would feel wrong. And so, yeah, of course it works that way. Okay, seriously, everybody, you're going to have to stop asking me detailed questions about the map. I don't know the answers to any of these questions. You're like, what about this large building over here? I'm like, what large building?
And we really need a place to settle down.
I don't know.
We got this place full of deadheads. You can deal with that, right?
Great. There's this warehouse in West Marshall that seems perfect. Except for all the zombies. Your right point. I'll follow. Our scout says this place looks really good. Plenty of room and a nice fence, too. Unfortunately, places like that can get really full of zombies if no one's around.
So let's refuel the Impaler since I blew a bunch of fuel using the stuck command.
Attention, all humans. Ifby is your new master.
Jeez, Cleo, I wasn't serious. Sorry, everybody. Our AI here doesn't quite get humor yet.
I am
Oh.
sorry, Ifby. All humans should ignore this broadcast and carry on with their normal activities.
These characters getting these extra nonsense dialogue options drives me crazy. Alright, so traveling light, everything's fine. So yeah, let's get in the car and go. Let's head down to this place. So I'm playing a lot more missions now than I usually do. And part of that is, I've spent so much time working on missions that the missions are probably the least interesting part of the game for me. And so lately I've been trying to play them a little bit more because, you know, it has become a little bit of a blind spot for me. There's a lot of missions that I should probably know better than I do. But yeah, I've just gotten really accustomed to ignoring them because, yeah, I don't know. When you work on missions long enough, you just start to get real tired of them, I guess. No, I would love to continue your Electric Avenue joke, except I'm actually really terrible at hearing and remembering lyrics and understanding them. So, yeah, I wouldn't be able to do that. Technomancer wonders if there's any news about State of Decay 3. No, this is not where you come for news about State of Decay 3. I can't just reveal unheard of information about State of Decay 3 on my personal channel. Come on.
Rumor has it that this part of Marshall is a lot safer than the other side of the river.
It's true.
Yeah, right.
Ah! Is it Snyder's? Are we going to Snyder's? Yes, we always go to Snyder's.
Oh, yeah. This place would be perfect for us. Incoming. More deadheads.
Oops.
That ain't good.
My weapon's in bad shape.
I'll tell you, I could have done a lot worse than you guys.
Nice to know you got my back.
We're taking off to a new town. You guys
Oh, come on.
see you soon, I hope. They were good friends. I'll miss them.
That was way too close.
Ah, we're fine.
You are a lifesaver.
Lifesavers are delicious. Are you saying I'm delicious? Wait. Uh-oh. Uh-oh! Oh no! Oh no! I can't interact with Vince. Vince! Come here! Can this zombie help you? Go kill that zombie. Oh. Vince doesn't have a backpack or a weapon either. Oh, okay, I've got an idea. Vince, can you get in a car? Yes! Okay, cool. I wanted to make sure I knew what bug this was, because if it was a bug with mission scripting, he might be stuck in a permanent non-dialogue mode. But no, this was a bug with follower behavior, where sometimes this can happen to a follower when they're, if something I think is wrong with them as they're getting in and out of a car, they can end up in the wrong state. So I've got a nice video of this now. That's great. Let's note down the time. It's 1:23:00. Vince non-interactable. Yeah, so he gets non-interactable, but you can tell he's in that state if he's also missing his weapon and his backpack. Because your weapon and your backpack go away when you get into a vehicle. So you know it's the vehicle problem if he's missing all of his stuff.
Please, accept this gift. You definitely are. I think
Yay,
we're ready to
meds.
move. Take what you need and meet me here.
Well, I'm down.
Thank God. I was getting tired of this
Stop it, Vince. Okay, I'm pretty sure he's going to get out again. There we go. You know, he probably doesn't need to stay a follower while he's talking to his friends. like, we should probably move that enclave into their base and have him start talking, like, and have him stop being my follower at the moment he starts talking to his friends. Like, he should just, it's like I'm gone at that point. So actually, let me make another note real quick. I'm just making notes for myself all over the place. 124.00. Stop being my follower earlier. That's a minor thing, but, you know, as somebody who's worked on missions a lot, like, when I notice a very minor mission bug, I can't help but write it down. Okay, so actually, this is not the quickest way to get back home. The way to get back home is to drive this way. So let's... I actually honestly do not know what the quickest way to get back home is, because, I mean, certainly taking the bridges is the way to avoid getting stuck and needing to use a stuck command, but it's not the most direct route. Oh, weird. The Coalition just said... There's a group... Oh, you're right! What the heck? That group doesn't move to the Snyder warehouse? What? I didn't actually work on that mission, so I didn't realize that was a problem. Holy crap, that's ridiculous, Coalition. Okay, yeah, no, that's... that's ridiculous. Why? Why is it like that? Okay, well, you know what? Yep, I'm going to make another note. Another note! I'm writing down so many bugs. Group never moves. So yeah, so that group that I had that mission with... Well, let me get away from these zombies. First of all, most important thing. Ah! Yeah, so to explain to, like, posterity what just happened... I guess I'll park. Might as well. I got a mission from a group up here somewhere? Was it this? Yeah, it was them. Yeah, so I got a message from these people up here. They wanted to help me move them into the Snyder warehouse, but they never move into the warehouse. He just runs back home to Spencer's Mill. Okay, everybody, whatever. That's... Whoa, the door stayed open. Oh, that was... You know what? I'm not even writing that one down. Not even writing that one down. Whatever. Yeah, Carmine points out this is the second time it's happened on the stream. You're right. It probably did happen last time, and I just forgot. But either forgot or I just never noticed it. No, not Ashley.
Make sure you stow that shit, okay?
Anyway, well, this has been a fun, bug-filled stream. That's what this is for.
Shit, I'm beat.
The reason I play this game on the stream is for me and others to notice when there are bugs. Yay! Repair is always on the same button. Drop off the stuff.
Somebody's got to do something about it.
Oh yeah? Oh yeah, should somebody do something about it? I don't know, maybe somebody's going to sit here and ignore it on purpose. Alright. So, I got to replenish our ammo. Yeah, let's have a look at these again. So, okay, it looks like I'm not seeing growth. So I know one thing that we do is sort of hinder their growth once they get to a certain density. So it could easily be that... I don't know what those limits are. I mean, 5 doesn't seem like a lot. It feels like they should be growing. But 2, 3, 3, 1 still. Yeah, so they haven't grown at all. I wonder if something's holding them back from growing. St. John wants to go deal with the infestations, but I don't know if I want to do that. I think maybe we're actually done with this episode. So, yeah, let's wrap this up. Not that, no, go away, Black Bar. No, I'm not ready for you yet. I was going to read the chat a little bit longer before doing the official end screen to the YouTube video. Let me just check down here. So the Coalition wants to make sure to give Danny actually credit for one of the questions. One of the questions that I credited the Coalition with was actually just the Coalition repeating somebody else who was trying to get my attention, and I didn't look at what they said. So, okay, Danny, Thank you so much for pointing out the fact that, oh yeah, it was the fact that the characters never moved. Thank you, Danny, for pointing that out. I really appreciate it. And yeah, no one might just compared my the weird black bar that I have up here next to me as a place to put the videos that I link.
We need help, like right now. We need your help bringing a friend of ours back home.
Anyway,
Here's
that
the catch. They're dead and walking around.
Gotta weigh some pros and cons.
that black bar. I've had this thing the thing that I'm going to add to the screen in just a minute. I've had that thing as a part of my streams for like years, and I've never changed it. I could probably make something cleverer than a big black bar down the screen to just provide sort of backing to the to the video links that I put at the end of YouTube videos. I'm not sure why I haven't changed it, but now actually Milo, when he streams with me, is so used to that black bar appearing in all of my videos that he actually is kind of attached to it. So now I feel almost like I'm kind of locked in, like I have to make that black bar appear at the end of every video. So, speaking of which, if you want to subscribe to my channel, I'll put a button right there. And this magical black bar has now appeared, covered in video links. The next Salt of the Earth video is going to be right there. So, click that if you want to keep going.